What's going on, guys? It's Sam here, back with another banger video, and today I wanted to really just talk about a topic that a lot of men consider taboo, a lot of men just consider to be, below them, and that is literally the act of crying. Like, man, I cannot tell you how many times where I have just been having a rough day, or I just did something, played a video game, listened to a song, just said something bad, or heard some heartbreaking news, and I tell myself, don't cry, man. Be a man. What would your dad do? What would your brothers do? Even though I don't have brothers, right? But you get what I mean. People will literally do that. Every single man. I feel like they have this kind of thing in the back of their mind where it's just like, don't cry because that's weak. For some reason, men have been taught that crying is weak, and that is very toxic. I think that masculinity in general is become very toxic, as a whole. It's all about who is better looking, who has more muscles, who has more money, who's smarter, who's tougher, who can lift more weight. Whatever the case is, it's all about who is better. And for some reason, men have classified crying in the bad tier. It is bad to cry. It is not okay. You are weak. You are vulnerable. You are not okay when you're crying. And I quite frankly hate that notion. I feel like I really fell into that kind of group, especially in like young high school. Like, I cried a lot, but I was very self-conscious about crying. Like, I would never let anyone else know that I was crying. I would never let anyone else see me crying. Like, I really hated that I was a little more emotional when I was by myself, right? And because of that, I feel like as I aged into middle to upper middle school and then early high school, I really kind of calloused myself. I kind of just shut out a lot of my feelings, right? And that sounds even cringe to say, like, I shut out my feelings. Like, what am I talking about? Am I a girl? Right? But like, no, seriously, I kind of shut myself out from, really reacting to my feelings and handling them in a more healthy way. Instead, I would just bottle everything up. And I know several men who that's literally how they live their lives. They just bottle up everything bad, deal with it by themselves, don't rely on anyone else, don't talk to anyone else, even their spouses or children or parents, nothing. And then they just die a sad, broken man. And I hate that. I really do. And this is my whole message to you guys. It's okay to cry. It's not weak to cry. Yeah, maybe if you cry at like an anime, unless it's like the most beautiful thing you've ever seen, like if you cry at like a show or something, you're like just bawling your eyes out over stupid stuff. Yeah, okay, maybe you don't need to be that emotional, but in general, if your parent dies, you should be able to cry. If you're getting married, you should be able to cry. If you're, just finished reading the best book of your life, you should be able to cry. For me, I cried so much. I bawled my eyes out for like 3 hours when I finished playing my favorite game of all time. Until then, it's an indie kind of slice of life story game. It's basically a visual novel, but I digress. I cried so much then. And now I've cried on stream because I played Until Then like an idiot and it made me cry. Like, I do cry. I'm open about that. I'm open with you guys about it. I'm open with my friends about it. I'm a crier. Sometimes. I don't cry every day, but there are some times where I sit down in my bed, try to sleep, can't sleep, and then I just kind of, cry a little bit because it was just a really bad day, or someone was mean to me, or I was mean to someone, or something terrible happened. Or like I said, when I played that game, when I lost my grandpa, like I cried. I did self-reflection. I'm like, man, this is not good, and I didn't know what to do with that, so I ended up crying. And man, crying is such a good thing. It leaves you vulnerable, it really does, but in a good way. It leaves you more open to change, to talk, right? That's why a lot of girls, I think, seem to kind of be saying nowadays that they like a man who cries. They like a man who's a little more emotional, who's in touch with himself, right? They have seemed to kind of notice that the men who are emotional, the men who cry, the men who have a lot of feelings, they seem to be able to connect with the girls more. I wonder why, guys. I wonder why. But no, man. In terms of men on men, if you cry and people see you crying, or you say that you're an emotional dude, you're just gonna get labeled as gay. You're just gonna get labeled as like a homo, you know? And it sucks, especially in the youth, bro. Like I've been told that like I look gay or I sound gay or I'm gay because I've cried. And it's like it's so stupid. I'm laughing now, but I'm telling you, bro, when those people were saying those things back in like middle school, it was really hurtful. And then I just like I wanted to cry even more, but I couldn't because because I knew if I kept crying and stuff, especially in front of them when they were making the jokes, I know if I did that, they would have just laughed at me more. And it sucks, man. It really does. It truly sucks. That crying is not socially acceptable here in the United States within the male culture. And I think red pill culture, I think, fitness culture, I think just male culture in general has been so toxic. And you could say so many things about how female culture has turned toxic too. And I think there's a lot of YouTube videos that do have their merits, that are talking about how women are mean, women are unfair, but me personally, I like to kind of steer away from specifically targeting women because I'm not a woman. I don't know how it is to be a woman. I don't know how it is to have, all of the troubles that a lot of women have physically, mentally, spiritually. I don't know that. I'm a man. Like I'm a man through and through. So I don't know. So that's why I don't talk about them. But like you could say that for female and male communities that they're both becoming toxic. But I think just for men specifically, I can speak about this. Like men have outlawed crying. It's not okay to cry. You're weak. You're a simp. You're a wimpy loser. You're gay. You're a homo. Like people call you that. That's what you're labeled as if you cry, even just a little bit. And I hate that. You should be able to cry. You should be able to have emotional times. When you watch a really sad movie, like Grave of the Fireflies, you should be able to bawl your eyes out. Again, when you get married, when you play a really good game, when you finish a really good book, when you see something so beautiful in nature, you should be able to shed a tear at least. But no, for some reason, it's okay for all these women to cry, but then men can't cry. And I don't think that's a problem with women who don't like it when men cry. No, like I said, it seems like women want us to cry. It's a man problem. It's a man on man problem. And so what I'm going to say, guys, when you see your bro crying, when you see a dude you don't even know crying, you can do anything. I don't care. Just don't bully them. Don't gossip about them. Don't label them as a gay person or anything like that. Because those type of people who make fun of the guys who cry are the same people who are making the male space so toxic. It's okay to cry, man. It really is. Again, don't cry about super unreasonable things. Like, don't just cry because you stubbed your toe. Like, unless it was horrible or whatever. Don't just cry about that. Like, that is kind of weak. Like, I don't think any, even girls would cry about that. Like, anyone. Right? But, like, in general, you should be able to cry. It shouldn't be outlawed. And I hate how it is. I really do. And that's what I wanted to say to you guys today. I know it's a short video. Thank y'all for watching, though. I'm a stream 8 p.m. tonight. Check into the stream. I have a couple dudes who've been checking in like daily. I have like 4 or 5 dudes now, which is so awesome. I just finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Expect a review on that. I'm going to rank every single Until Then chapter. Expect that. Like, I have a ton of stuff I'm working on, dude. I have so much. And I'm streaming like 4 or 5 hours a night. And I'm working. So have some understanding with the upload schedule. I know I promised 30 videos in a month, but like that's really unrealistic. And now that I've been trying to up quality, it's just been hard to do. But I figured I'd give you guys a little bit of something after a few days. So thank y'all for watching. You guys are awesome. And again, to the men, this could be applied to women too. You guys should be able to cry, but I think it's socially acceptable for a woman to cry. So to the men, you and me should be able to cry about nearly anything. It is okay. It is usually healthy, actually. And if people tell you not to cry, that's their faults. So yeah, man. Thank y'all for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Peace.